Hello, my family, brothers, esteemed colleagues. We learn on our mistakes, and if we are fortunate enough, we can learn something from mistakes of others. We are being indoctrinated our own life, indoctrinated through false beliefs. We are being kept in darkness. And once when we start seeing the light, many people feel more comfortable in darkness. It keeps creeping on. And I'm going to use now one example of a client, patient, whatever you want to call them, who did the protocol, self-healers protocol. And she was suffering with polymyalgia rheumatica. So this is pretty serious stuff because it takes a long time to develop. It's a chronic disease. And she saw my last video on this, or article. I now don't remember what she wrote. And she says, Darko, your cleansing protocol is really great, but it does not completely eliminate polymyalgia, because she was suffering from it. And basically, she wrote, I was on a protocol, and things became great, pain gone. And since I've stopped the protocol a year ago, I'm still eating correctly. So by stopping the protocol, I just assume she stopped drinking plasma. She said, first, I was going into severe constipation. And I went to see a doctor, and now I'm controlling it through anti-inflammatories. Well, and she said, I just want to let you know that the protocol is great for cleansing, but it doesn't completely eliminate polymyalgia. I have mentioned in many videos, many articles, that self-healers protocol, it is not protocol of liver cleanse or kidney cleanse. It is a guide of healthy living. Protocol basically teaches you how to hydrate correctly and how to eat correctly, so your body can detoxify itself and keep itself healthy. Once when the most common question I already mentioned was, every time people feel good, they say, okay, Darko, when can I go back? At least they ask question, but many people don't. Many people, they read some articles, they listen to some videos, and they think that they got it. And once when the symptoms are gone and they feel good, well, they stop because they think that plasma is a medicine. Well, you can call it medicine if you want to, but plasma is what our body has. Body does not hold water because water is not electroconductive. It has to be in the form of plasma, ionic. It is being achieved through mineralization, adding salt. I always say that no matter what you do, you should have regular stool, and stool should be soft, pasty. harder it gets, it's a symptom of your body asking for more water. It's basically pulling the water back from the intestines into the bloodstream. And the more dehydrate on a circulatory level you are, the more water will be pulled out and the excrement will become dry and hard, compact, and lead to constipation. And then, yes, you can inflame your intestine through toxic medications, so they do not reabsorb the water, keeping your stool soft or more or less normal. You can evacuate. And then you think, okay, this medication is helping me. Well, it is helping you with one symptom while it is really dehydrating you and destroying your entire system. We should never be using medication. There is only during healing process when body needs a lot of plasma but has a tough time coping with it because the circulation is shut, the blood vessels are damaged, they're dry, the passages, as I mentioned in previous video, arteries inflamed, the passages are narrowed, same happens in arteries, all the tubing, all the piping in a body, from aorta to the smallest lymphatic flow, it all gets affected, more or less in the same level. And then body cannot function correctly. So we use medicine, mostly diuretic, to help the body to force it to eliminate the plasma with the dirt. Because we are, again, giving it plasma, not to dilute the plasma in the body, because body will not tolerate it. It will eliminate the water, so you will urinate. And you think, oh, I have a lot of water because I'm urinating a lot. Well, you are urinating a lot. At the same time, you are constipated. So what's happening here? You are lacking plasma, or you are detoxifying. It's one or the other, or both. So when we are talking about stopping the protocol, well, stopping living correctly. This is as simple as that. The protocol is not some medicine. It is not some local cleanse. The protocol is a protocol of healthy living. And this client explains that, she was waiting for the body to readjust the salt levels. Well, this is misconception. This is not understanding the body. And I'm writing and I'm making videos explaining that body is electronic robot. It adjusts, it has switches, sensors, and programs that run it. And if you are having constipation, you are not having enough plasma in your circulation. And if you're not having enough plasma, you don't need water, you need plasma. You need water with minerals. So this client continued drinking, but water, without salt, without minerals. And now we always think that, oh, pain is gone, because this is how we are being indoctrinated. You go to see doctor because you have something hurts. So he gives you medication. Medication is always focused on the pain, on the problem that you're experiencing, which is mostly pain. And takes your pain away. It doesn't heal you, it takes the pain. It can take the pain off with analgesic, basically drags you down so you don't feel the pain because the signaling, or deflames you, which is in her case. So pain goes away and we say, whew, okay, I'm healed. Well, why was the problem there? This was not addressed. It takes a long time for the body to show symptoms because we have a million doctors in the body, call them genes. They constantly adjust the system to present environment. So as the present environment becomes more and more toxic, well, but genes keep adjusting the cells to survive in this toxicity. Parameters of the blood may change, but we feel okay. Now, once when it cannot cope with these things anymore, it starts signaling. And we don't listen to signals until we feel pain. Pain is the stuff that is going to make us aware of a problem. And then we go and see doctor. And the doctor takes care of the pain, not of the problem. And we think that self-healers protocol or healing in general, that healing is the same. Well, very few people have experienced healing. Unless you had spontaneous healing, or you try the protocol correctly, and you understand it. We are tuning our brains to a new way of understanding. Basically, we are training the brain to think, not to regurgitate what it was given. It takes time. It takes repetition. And it takes will. You have to want to do this. You have to have the urge to be self-sufficient, self-reliant, self-dependent. And for that, you have to understand your body. We keep going back to these things. Okay, I was taking salt now, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months, a year. Now my body is full of salt. Your body is never has more or less salt. It always has the same amount of salt, of minerals. The only problem is that less of minerals it has, less water it will hold. And your blood becomes thick. Because electroconductivity has to be there. Of course, it gets to the point where you are really so low in minerals. And now lethargy comes in because electrical flow is not there. Well, it is there, but it's very sluggish. It is not, the body is not perfect conductor in this case. And whenever electricity doesn't flow correctly, this is when we feel tired. So tiredness sets in. You have a problem of electroconductivity. Energetic problem. Energy is electricity. So, our belief system, our belief, our ego, is going to accept things that make sense to it. And if for your whole life you have been drilled in one way, salt bad, cholesterol bad, meat bad, saturated fat bad, and now you start receiving different message, well, reprogramming is not so easy. It takes time. and understanding. You just have to start thinking, not reasoning with what you have heard and now this, and now you are making your opinion based on the knowledge from before. This is why I explain things in detail, how it works. So, more information we have, we can start making the picture. And if you have seen, I don't know, 10 of my videos, you still know nothing. I always recommend get the book, The Owner's Manual for the Human Body. This will, in a small package, will open your eyes. Also resonance for nutrition, so you understand metabolism, you understand your body's need for proper nutrients and where they come from. So it takes a long time to detoxify. And once when the body is not giving you symptoms like pain, stiffness, it doesn't mean that now you are healed perfectly, everything is perfect. It just means that there is no need for body to signal because you are providing what it needs. Doesn't mean that you are healthy. Once, when you stop providing what it needs, it starts signaling again. Simple. It takes a long time for these processes to work themselves out. I have several emails of people who were vegetarians and vegans for many years. And it took them 2 years, 2.5 years before they start feeling really good on a protocol. And now again, they are feeling really good. Now, if they stop, very quickly they will start feeling bad again. Because it's continuous process and there is a cellular memory. As soon as you create toxicity, well, cells right away go, whoa, I remember when blood was toxic like this, I was doing this, and pow, and very quickly you go back. I have here a client, one of the first clients in Peru, who came to me on a crutch, barely walking, with a bag full of medication, expecting that he's going to die soon. And cancers and diabetes. So he went on protocol, and because he was afraid, he was strict. And I don't know, what was it, 4 months, when he went for checkup in local hospital, and they told him that he does not have diabetes. So he did not trust them, and since he has money, he flew to Lima, to his original specialist. And the specialist reviewed his file and then had his blood drawn and analyzed, and no diabetes. So he said something is wrong here, and he had him second time check. And again negative. So he said, what are they doing over there in this lab? So with the third sample, he went himself to the lab, and he was negative on diabetes. He could not believe it. He said, nobody recovers pancreas When pancreas doesn't work, it doesn't work. And your pancreas was working only 30%, now it's working 90%. So how did you do it? So he said, well, there is one doctor in Tarapoto who says, those jungle people over there with their magic. It's no magic. It's doing the right thing. And what happened? He then was very happy and little by little start cheating. Ice cream here, ice cream there, a little bit of bread here, some French fries here, pop, pop, pop. And in 3 months, bingo, he was with diabetes again. If we know what causes our problem, and when we understand the body, it is very simple. Now, second time around, he has a much more difficult time to get the diabetes under control because he is less strict, because in the back of his mind is, well, I did it once, so I can do it again. So you're not strict. 2 days you are okay, and then ice cream, and you take ice cream. And then again you are 2 days okay, and then French fries, and you take French fries or a piece of bread. You cannot heal like this. Not from diabetes. And again, understanding what causes these problems. And ultimately, it's all about vibration. And vibration is processed through our sensors. But the brain can reproduce any frequency it is familiar with. So brain can correct all your frequencies. We don't need medbed. We just need to engage our brain and tell our brain to produce the correct frequencies so we are healthy. Well, it is easier said than done because, again, we have our ego in a way, and ego does not get it, even when it's shown. Disciples of Jesus saw him walking on the water. He told them, you can walk too. You need to have faith. Well, none of them could do it. Ego is in a way. Simply, it does not understand it. If it doesn't understand it, it fears it. Fear does not allow you to manifest. We can eat anything. And we can be very toxic. And like this, we can heal still in a toxic body, but not showing any problems. Because everything is about frequency and about voltage. You raise the voltage, you correct the frequencies, because originally body is geared to vibrate correctly. And with higher voltage, you basically stabilize the initial correct frequency. And this is what we call spontaneous healing. You let go of fear, whoosh, the energy goes up. So, if you have any thoughts that your health issue can be solved like this, just doing the protocol, and when you feel good, pow, it's done, finished, now I can do whatever I want. Well, this is now not how things work. Yesterday, I could not eat anything. I woke up with nausea, and I drank plasma, to flush the acids out, diarrhea, and nausea again. So drink more plasma. I'm releasing some toxic load. Where it came from, I have no idea. We are now being bombarded with toxic energy. Again, it's all about frequency. Is this coming through cell phone? I don't know. But also, another thing is that I have now more and more clients who have been jabbed. And when we connect, I get toxic from them. Now you may think this is stupid. I'm in Peru, they are, I don't know, in Australia. How can they make me sick? Again, this is our misconception of space and time. Everything that you experience is created here. Frequencies then are run through your senses and showing it to you as your reality. So once when you connect through a Skype, even through telephone, with somebody, it is like telepathic connection. Now, what is telepathic connection? Again, you are not connected with someone over there or over there. You are connected with someone over there. And once when you connect, you are becoming aware of their radiation, of their state of vibration, which then starts affecting your state of vibration. It doesn't matter how far you are, because you cannot be further than from here to here. It's right there. This is where all the world is created. So this bogus transmission of diseases through pathogen microorganisms, that's invention. Yeah, we can affect each other's health, but because of our state of vibration. I hear so much about this shedding. Now this was one acupuncturist talking about how she is having hard time now because she's working with those people, and that she's having coagulums of blood coming out of her. And right away, thing is, oh, they are shedding proteins. They are not shedding anything. They are radiating. They are radiating the toxic frequency. And again, closer to them you are, the more of this punch you feel. But at the end, even the client is created here to be manifested to you. So the more you focus on the client, the closer it gets, the more focus you have, the more you are being affected with their vibration. And then you have to cleanse it because it affects you negatively. And it doesn't matter what type of pollutant you get or what type of frequency. minerals help you to detoxify. Plasma. And what I was releasing yesterday was so acidic that my rectum was burning from the acid coming out. And I was just drinking plasma. Went to bathroom and another liter of plasma. Went to bathroom, another liter, just flushing. And after a few hours I was feeling better, but still the whole day I even had a fever. And just flushing, and today I'm fine. Still didn't eat anything, but I feel fine. And I'm going to eat soon, whenever that's going to be. So, we are under attack from many sources. And we have to detoxify. There are electronic instruments which are being made now for detoxification that help you. Basically, they change the frequencies. They correct the frequencies for you. You can get those. They will be more and more approachable, especially after the shift, which is going to happen soon. Again, time-wise, I have been always wrong, not often, always wrong, because time does not exist. I have seen what is going to happen. I just don't know when it's going to happen. So when I see certain things, I said, oh, maybe now is that, okay, definitely, well, many more things have to happen. So I know it's all going to be good. And it has to get really bad before the break point comes. So here we are. If you are doing the protocol, don't put yourself time limit to it. Don't look at it as medicine. Look at it as a lifestyle. It's going to relieve you of pain. You are going to feel great. All chronic issues are going to be gone. And occasionally, even now when you feel great, occasionally you are going to have an attack of a detox because some frequency is going to be eliminated. Well, just cope with it. It's going out. You don't need medication for this. You need plasma. If you feel your stool is hard, getting constipated, plasma. If you feel pain, plasma. You will see. Things will change. Thank you for listening. Till next time. Love you all.